Who is right? Is it Einstein's general theory of relativity, or is it Schrodinger and Max Planck's quantum physics, which would ultimately give us a complete result, a complete theory of everything? Is it that the recent research of quantum field theory will lead us to something which we are really searching, that is a kind of a theory of everything, a kind of a theory which explains everything about this universe? Or is it the discovery of graviton that string theory would lead to this result? You see that these are the questions and these are the queries which keeps us busy, which are mind-boggling queries, and we keep on thinking, and we are always in the quest, in search of a single unified theory which is going to explain everything about our universe. Which theory is right, which theory is wrong? Is it Einstein right? Is it quantum physics which is right? Is it the search of string theory? Results are considered to be stubborn and robust, and which experiments are considered to be wrong and weak? Is there at all any scientific theory which we call to be absolutely perfect, or is it human perception which leads to our thinking? In this video, I'm going to give you a complete insight about what are scientific theories, what those theories lead to, and especially which theory is right and which theory is wrong. In this video, I am also going to tell you some unknown hidden facts and some unknown, I would say, perception about human mind, that can we call a theory correct and can we call a theory which is totally wrong. My name is Shaunak and you're watching this video on my channel Physics for Students. First of all, let me tell you that when a scientific theory develops, let us consider, for example, the good old classical mechanics developed by Sir Isaac Newton, Galileo, Copernicus and others. Now when I would say when a generation of physicists and mathematicians, they develop a kind of a scientific theory, so it is considered to be a kind of an experiment which leads to certain results, and these results are basically formulated in a series of mathematical equations which finally leads the hypothesis to experiment, and then it gives a scientific theory, a scientific results. Now you see what happens is that, for example, it is very common, and I have found a lot of people writing even into my channel, they are always welcome, that my dear so and so, or dear with my name, that do you know that Albert Einstein was wrong? That means his theory of gravity which GR led to, that is absolutely wrong, because he himself knew that GR won't be the answer to the question. What is right? Some people think quantum physics, some people think string theory. There are different things, different results. Now I'm going to be a little bit philosophical today, and I want to tell you that when we frame a kind of a scientific theory based on the experiments, based on the conditions, based on the current situation given, we really cannot tell that this theory is wrong and this theory is right. Why? I will give you a particular example. Say for example, we are unable to prove today Riemann's zeta function, right? We are unable to find graviton, right? We are unable to incorporate gravity in the standard model of particle physics. What does that mean? Does that mean that the entire theory that we are framing and we are learning, or the students are learning, they are wrong? I mean to say, if you say that if Einstein is wrong and quantum mechanics is right, or quantum mechanics is wrong, Einstein is right, or Newton was wrong, or Galileo was wrong, then you have to tell that all these theories are wrong. Because we cannot prove the Riemann zeta function, because we cannot prove the Goldbach conjecture, we cannot find out the graviton. So does that really mean that these things are wrong? No, they are not wrong. So what really happens is that when a group of physicists, a group of mathematicians develop a kind of a scientific theory, they do those based on the current results, experiments, and most importantly based on the current infrastructure and the facilities which are available for experimentation. Say for example, round about I think around 2000 to 2002, 3, 4, 5, during that time Grigori Perelman proved the Poincare conjecture, right? So before that a millennium went by and no one was able to prove the Goldbach, the Poincare conjecture, right? So what does that mean? If you're unable to prove a conjecture, does that mean that the entire edifice, entire foundation of mathematics is wrong? Absolutely not. We have to wait till the arrival of the genius of Gregory Perelman until he used Hamilton's Ricci flow and surgery in topology to prove the Poincare conjecture. So I mean to say, this is a kind of a message you can call. I really feel very bad when people start comparing Newton with Einstein. People start comparing with quantum mechanics and something else. We are nowhere, we are not in a position to even compare or even talk in any sense about those great masters. Newton, Galileo, Copernicus, they have changed an era. They have changed an entire thought of humans, maybe 100 years, maybe 1,000 years. So it is a very foolish act to tell that Einstein was right, Newton was wrong, or Newton's law was proved totally wrong by Albert Einstein with the theory of relativity. I am sorry to tell, this is absolutely not. Newton, during that time, whatever the infrastructure, the facilities which were available, designed and revolutionized the entire physics through his experiments, through his scientific results, through his mathematical formulations, and today we have got Newtonian mechanics. Einstein, with the arrival of the genius of Albert Einstein, through his experiments, through the infrastructure available, and through his genius, proved that these theories of Newton has got certain limitations. Now, I would like to draw attention to everybody who is listening to this video. Please let us be careful when we are using the word wrong and limitation. Absolutely, there can be limitation for any scientific theory. There can be limitation of any mathematical results also. Day after day, year after year, we are finding that great genius people are born and they are proving certain mathematical things. They are finding certain mathematical things which are helping the human civilization to progress. That does not mean that the entire past is wrong. No, I'm so sorry to tell, that is absolutely not. This is basically a limitation of the current facilities, intellect, whatever is available during that time. And after the progress and after certain era, we find great people coming in, and they are not saying that they are wrong. They are saying that it can be extended, this can be extrapolated, and this can be further refined into this kind of theory. So if you tell that Newton was wrong and Albert Einstein was right, then we have to tell that Galileo was wrong, Copernicus was wrong, Euclid was wrong, Pythagoras was wrong. Because all these mathematicians developed the edifice of mathematics, and based on Euclid and Pythagoras and Galileo and Copernicus, Newton developed. And that is why we tell the famous quotation that we are standing on the shoulder of the giants. The next thing which I would like to talk about are experimental results. Certain experiments which were available during that time, for example, the cannonball dropped from the Galileo's Leaning Tower of Pisa was a kind of an experiment which was available during that time. That's fine, I mean to say there is no problem on that. But as you see that when you are doing that, that was the kind of an experiment. You see, there is, I just forgot, Émile du Châtelet also experimented on half mv squared. Leibniz also made his, I would say, philosophical thoughts on half mv squared. And later, Newton furnished those and made as kinetic energy equals to half mv squared. And then it was further generalized and refined by Albert Einstein through his special theory of relativity. Now, we really cannot tell that these things are wrong or these things are right. And you see that my years of endeavor in physics and mathematics leaves me a kind of a very sad thought. I feel really bad when people say this is right, this is wrong. Let us be careful in selecting our words. Let us say that it's got limitations. So if this is right and this is wrong, so we have got almost 10 to 15 unanswered questions in both mathematics and physics. So my question to you would be, does that mean that the scientific evolution through those centuries have been wrong? Does that mean the mathematical evolution, the mathematical formulas, theorem and logics and proposition which has been found, those are wrong? The great philosopher Bertrand Russell proved through his Principia Mathematica a kind of a complete formalism to mathematics. And Kurt Gödel proved it, I won't say wrong, it has got limitations. The inconsistency exists within every part of arithmetic and mathematics, and that is why Kurt Gödel proved it. And even Kurt Gödel, I would say you, when he was a friend of Albert Einstein, very close associate, they really loved each other, and then they walked down those green meadows of Institute of Advanced Studies, and on his birthday, I think it was 72nd birthday or 78th birthday, I think 78th birthday of Albert Einstein, when Kurt Gödel showed that rotating universe is possible. That means what? Time travel at a certain point of time is possible. Does that prove that Einstein's general relativity is wrong? No. He might be, through his genius or through any kind of a mathematical proposition, has found that there is a possibility of time travel mathematically, not experimentally. Right, so this was a kind of a, I would say, I won't say a message, but a kind of request to all those who are watching this video. Let us be careful in selecting our words, and let us also be careful when we say somebody right and somebody wrong. How can Isaac Newton be wrong? Now, I was talking to somebody, to somebody who was working with ISRO. I won't take his name. Anyway, if you believe me, that's fine. So I was talking to him about ISRO, about the Mangalyaan and its failure, everything. And he told me that, Shaunak, see, whatever the mechanics and the mathematics and the, I would say, the scientific experiments that we do in order to send a spaceship or a shuttle out of the escape velocity of Earth, we still use Newtonian mechanics. So I questioned him, sir, where does Albert Einstein stand? Don't we use special relativity or general relativity? He told me, see, that special relativity is only under special circumstances, that is when we are moving close to the speed of light. And do you think that current situation provides us any object moving at the speed of light? No. So it is all Newtonian mechanics, it is all Newton's laws which are framed in philosophy, naturalist, Principia Mathematica, that we are still following. So you go to the industry, you go to the roads, the trucks, the buildings, the boulders, the constructions, I mean to say the ships sailing on the shore, I mean to say everything follows Newtonian mechanics, because this is far more practical than Einstein's relativity. So does that mean that Newton was right and Einstein was wrong? No. So let us summarize the video, today's video, in this way, that whether it is quantum field theory or string theory or quantum mechanics or relativity, whatever would lead to a theory of everything, we really do not know. We are travelers in the path of science and mathematics, and we are enjoying our travel, and in the meantime we are learning a lot of things. So we really don't know which one will lead us to the result. It can be quantum physics, it can be relativity, it can be string theory. It really doesn't matter to us. But what matters to us is that whatever it leads to, that doesn't mean that the past was wrong. That doesn't mean that Galileo, Copernicus, these giants are supposed to be wrong. All of them are right. All of their scientific, thousands and thousands of years of scientific thoughts, experiments, evolution, mathematical perception finally leads us to a reality which might be either quantum mechanics or relativity. It doesn't matter who wins. I would also say, let us not even use the word win, because win is not, it is not a game that there is a chase and we are winning or losing something. We are all travelers in the path of maths and science. We are in a quest to find the reality. Whoever does, that's fine, but it doesn't mean that the past or those great people will lose out and their theories are wrong. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope I can make my message clear. Let us be very clear and let us be very careful when we are selecting the words. Either it is right or wrong. No, it is not so. It is either, I would say, a limitation, or we have extended the theories into further complex planes or complex space. But all the theories, all the mathematical ideas and perceptions are absolutely right. Thank you for watching this video.
Thank you for watching this video. We appreciate your time and patience. If you want to connect with us and provide further feedback, comment, or suggestions, please email us at contact.physicsforstudents@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. See you soon in the next video.